Hello everyone, my name is Christina Natalia Simarmata with my student number is 32. In this occasion, I want to present my analysis of thesis with the title is An Evaluation of Vocabulary Teaching in an Intensive Study Program. A dissertation submitted to the School of Humanities of University of Birmingham. Okay, next to the objective. This study evaluates the vocabulary teaching component of intensive English study program. The aims of this study were two parts. First, to obtain the data on the student usage of vocabulary learning strategies and any changes usage that occurred as the course progressed, and the last is to analyze the development of passive and active vocabularies over a 3-month period, or like MID test. Okay, in order to assess whether student finishing the program had acquired sufficient knowledge of lexical items in comparing academic texts. Next, method. The method of this research is quantitative and survey analysis. The survey was based largely on previous work by Van in 2003 and Smith in 1997. Van presented learners with a list of 60 vocabulary learning strategies and asked them to answer two questions as follows. Number 1 is, how frequently do you use strategy started? And number 2 is, to what extent do you think the strategy is or may be usable to you? Okay, next to the literature review. For many years, vocabulary learning occupied an ascendant position in the literatures. Syntax, with its comparatively finite range of expression, was felt to be the main obstacle to language proficiency. So we will to see another opinion from all the people in this world. First is Carter in 2000. Carter described vocabulary as for many years the pure relation of language teaching. Nah, since the 1970s too, there has been a growing appreciation of the importance of lexical knowledge for learners. This, coupled with the gradual shift away from prescribed methods of teaching, has led to a greater emphasis of developing to the use of learning strategies. And number 2, I have one question. How should vocabulary be learned? So to answer this question, we can see from the Crescent. Crescent argued that unconscious acquisition through natural communication was the only possible way to acquire a language. And then the Crescent opinion supported by Stockman 1997 and Griff in part. The communicative approach to learning, which became popular in 1970s, emphasizes a naturalistic, incidental approach to vocabulary learning. Crescent argued that unconscious acquisition through natural communication was the only possible way to acquire a language. And next, number 3. There is much to be said of naturalistic learning, which provides a rich diet of comparable input. Firstly, this approach closely matches our first language learning experience and appeals to our sense of a normal way of learning. There is no sixth memorization of words that or other rote learning. The sheer number of words to be learned, as well those with multiple meanings, also suggests a primary law for incidental learning by Nagy in 1997. Number 4. Paribek and Wesley in 1997. Note research suggests that explicit vocabulary instruction cannot help to cover the same number of forms in incidental learning. The risk of explicit instruction, it is argued, is it that difficult to provide the sufficient number of encounters with a word of learning to make clicks. And then next by the Nagy in 1997 or number 74 stated that there are a likelihood of between 1 in 20 and 1 in 7 that the word will be learned after just an export. But Holstein coming with the higher opinion is Holstein later word said that is it the quality of frequency of the information processing activities that determine retention of information. Holstein in 2001. 7 by Sackman in 1997. Sackman lists several points which suggest a place for other, more international method of vocabulary instruction. And then Smith come back in 2000 refers to the debate of processing hypothesis, which the status of the mode of manipulates thinking about and use mental information, the more likely it that one retention that information. And then next by the Nation in 2001, that is time construction ensured that guessing from context remaining among the most of valuable skill and learned can be processed. 10. The book Flood Studies by Ellie in Nagy in 1997 come back with Smith. But support that will be next by Parry, Beck, and Wesley in 1997. That studies show greatest gains for students who complicated vocabulary exercise after reading activities than for those who were only given reading work. And then by Smith. Smith in 2000 notes the collocation now who can only come to extensive reading, yet other aspects such as spelling, phonological rules, or are responsive to international. Okay, the last literature review of this thesis is by Sackman in 1997. Other worthwhile activities include building a large site vocabulary, making use of Sackman to access encyclopedia knowledge, to integrate with a new information using the processing techniques, acquiring learning independence, and making use of learning strategies. Okay, now we are stay in the last topic in my analysis thesis, that is mind finding. When the mind finding of this thesis is survey. When the survey were collected, the result were told each report. First, determination strategies. In this, using bilingual dictionary and monolingual dictionary, where bilingual dictionary were used more frequently, but monolingual dictionary were seen as more useful. The final determination strategies were using the bilingual or monolingual dictionary. Interestingly, while bilingual dictionary were used more frequently, but monolingual dictionary were seen as more usable. And second is social strategies. Studying new words with a classmate and talking with the native speaker reminded the second most usable strategy after asking a teacher for a definition. And the third is memory strategies. Memory strategies obtain the lowest usable rating of any group. Fourth, cognitive strategies. Take a notes or highlight new word become to higher strategies the use of other. So when the student take a note or make some highlighter, when she get a new word, it's very useful if we try apply this strategy. Fifth, metacognitive strategies. The result for using English language media indicated that while the student sometimes make use the authentic language search, they regard them as being only quite usable. This contrasts with the result of fan analysis in 2003. But like I say when I'm talking about the method of this thesis, like this thesis using the research is quantitative and by survey analysis by fan in 2003. So in metacognitive strategies, this is supported by fan too, because student rates a strategy very usable. And 6 is vocabulary level test. Vocabulary level test indicated significant gains in vocabulary at both 2000 and 3000 levels, and and an overall increase approximately 57% in vocabulary science. The mean score for the academic word list vocabulary was 7.24 or 40%. And the 7 is lexical frequency profiles. In lexical frequency profile have two analysis or two. Yeah, two analysis. First is analysis class level. Show a gradual trend away from words of Angola social origin towards to the items derived by Greek, Latin, or French in the student's writing. Second is analysis of individual journals. Most of the students were using less frequency vocabulary at the end of the research pattern that they had previously. And the last is teaching scale survey. The teaching staff believe that while program is very good at raising awareness of the techniques for learning vocabulary and offers example opportunities for them to be applied, there is only limited success at raising independent learning habits students. So I think that's all my presentation about my analysis thesis in by Phillip Bennet. If there are some mistake, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for your attention. Bye bye.